links up, if they're relevant, if they contribute, a little give and take. That's a good deal.
Word. Hey, let's take that from the top. I got disconnected for a second there. So you said that the main thing you look for is like a little give and take, like the ability to collaborate.
Right.
Just not being shut down right off the bat.
Right. I mean, your audience is providing content, and some of them are giving good stuff, in the chat channel.
Yep. What about you, Kitty? What do you think? What's the kind of stuff that creates a good impression when you first check out a channel?
Honestly, it's whether like the actual person is interacting with the chat or not. I understand sometimes in some games, yeah, it's hard, but I mean, there's one person that I watch who plays Call of Duty, and he's always interacting with the chat. Like every time, even when he's like playing or anything, like he's always interacting with them. And I think that's really important. I'm not saying you have to do it all the time like he does, but if you do it quite a bit, I mean, even in between games would be cool, but I mean, that's what I really look for.
Yeah. See, and I think there's also that's a big thing. Another thing people seem to forget though is there's a big delay that Twitch kind of enforces on streams, even on the partner streams. And people sometimes poke in and they're like, "Hey," and then they'll get a response in 30 seconds and they leave. I'm like, okay, you didn't give me opportunity to acknowledge you. So that's the other side of it. But yeah, I agree. There needs to be there's certain games that you kind of expect. All right, they're not gonna be focusing on the chat during these runs, Whereas a game like Hearthstone, I like the turn-based games because you can check back in the chat really often. Whereas Call of Duty, you're pretty focused unless you're just standing still and getting type killed a lot.
Yeah.
And then your team's mad at you. This cat's crazy. But yeah, I agree. There needs to be some kind of acknowledgement there. Some kind of interaction. It can't just be you go into a room and you're just watching a person play the game.
One thing I don't understand is when people will go into streams and they'll be like, "Make me a moderator." Like, why? Why do you... I don't know why everyone has an obsession with being a mod. Constantly. Everybody does.
That is a really good point because I think there's something to be said about the sense of prestige that some people get. That goes back to being recognized, being acknowledged. That those titles and those ranks, those powers that people get, the things that people could do within certain channels, like the special commands and stuff. That gives people a sense of being a part of the experience, and that's pretty important. People like this stuff, It's like with a lot of the subscribers, the partners, their main perks for most of them for subscribing is you get custom icons that no one else gets, and that's usually as far as it goes.
I know people who, if they're big enough, they only let subscribers chat in their chat.
Oh, God. And I hate that.
They won't let unsubscribed people chat.
I try to avoid those kind of channels. Not my scene.
Yeah.
Because how's the person going to know whether they want to... I understand maybe if it's a really huge channel and you can't possibly keep up with all the chat, if everybody could chat, maybe then. But how's the person going to know whether they want to pay money to subscribe to your channel and be part of your community unless they get that kind of interaction? It's just it's so stupid. And they're always in freaking subscriber only mode. It's not like they just do it for an hour at a time or something. They're always in subscriber only mode. It's really?
Yeah.
That's bad. That's bad. Let's move on to our feature discussion before we run out of time here. I think we got how are we on time, Stan,
You got a little bit less than 30 minutes.
Okay. So let's say about 25 just to be safe. I can always trim it down when I do the editing. But I want to talk a little bit about Naxxramas. The Hearthstone expansion is coming up. You know anything about this, Kitty?
I have no idea.
Well, actually,
I haven't even heard it, so.
before we get into that, I do want to share some quick things. If you're listening live, before I forget, this weekend on Steam, RPG Maker VX Ace is free to play. So make sure you go to steampower.com, download the client, and then you get all these great PC games for free, or play them for free on certain weekends, or get really good deals. It's awesome. And RPG Maker VX Ace lets you make your own games, and it's pretty neat. It's actually a pretty good engine for creating games without that much coding knowledge or game design knowledge. And a lot of people made some cool stuff in there. Check that out. And also Scribblenauts Unmasked, which I'm a big fan of, is now $5. I bought this upon release, but now it's dropped down from like $35 to $5 just for the weekend. I don't know how much longer it's going to be on that price, but for $5 it's well worth it, because it's basically a sandbox game where you could type words and then those words conjure up items, and the words you combine together create different kind of items. Like, so it's really weird. Like I could say I'm gonna make a funny frog gun, and then I'll make it, and it might be something completely different than what I expected, but it might start throwing frogs at people. I'm like, what does that do? I don't know, but it's fun. It's such a neat game, especially if you have like young people in your family. You could play with them together, and like they could practice the words and say, hey, well, this person's sad. What can I make that'll make them happy? Dancing teddy bear. Okay, let's try that. And sometimes the game doesn't understand what you're saying, so like it'll make something completely different. It's like, why did it just make a turd? Okay. So I like that game. It's a fun game to play. I've streamed it before too. I should have some videos up on YouTube as well. If anybody wants to check that out, I'm gonna probably do some more. That's a really fun game to play. But anyway, so let's talk about Crystal Naxxramas. It's kind of a big deal, and you know, Blizzard.
Explain what it is, man.
I am. I'm coming to it. It's the expansion to Hearthstone. It's gonna introduce 30 cards or so to the game. Though it's gonna be rolled out as basically 4, if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5 episodic kind of things where you go down a corridor, and then at the end of the corridor there's a boss, or at the end of the wing there's a boss battle, and when you beat that boss you get a legendary card. It's basically a single player campaign for people that don't want to do the PvP. You know, it's the PvE version of Hearthstone. Other than doing
so the boss is gonna have his own deck.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be like
Are they gonna change up that deck, or are we gonna find out the post for the guy's deck? We're gonna get the counter deck, and then it's done. Haha.
Yeah.
That's gonna be challenging for Blizzard.
I think there's gonna be some static stuff, but it's gonna be a lot of random elements too. 'Cause remember the tutorial? The tutorial was pretty challenging for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I kind of feel like I wish that they would let you go back to that tutorial, because that was a pretty fun experience. But so yeah, of these 30 new cards, so you know, this is a really big deal, because it's gonna be a great way for newer players to get better cards and kind of level out the playing field a little bit. You know, it's going to introduce 21 neutral cards and 9 class specific cards. You know, and one of the biggest things about it is that it's going to bring more of a focus to the death rattle mechanic. So when, you know, basically death rattle is the ability when a creature dies, something happens. And it's going to be, a lot of things are going to have death rattle, including weapons. So it's going to make things very interesting. It's going to, for the older players, it's going to keep things fresh. And it's, you know, it can't, you know, I read an article on IGN. The link's on the video. If you guys look in the right-hand side, all the links are there. And it says, the title of it was Why Hearthstone's Curse of Naxxramas Can't Come Soon Enough. And people are waiting for this thing, like, big time, because, you know, the meta is getting a little bit stale. But, dude, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the cards here. I know Kitty already said she doesn't know much about it, but there are some really neat cards on here. For example, the Druid has poison seeds. which reads, destroy all minions and summon two 2/2 Treants to replace them. I think it's supposed to be two. Oh no, I see. Destroy all the minions and then summon 2/2 Treants to replace all of them. So it's kind of like a board clear. You know, it levels out the whole playing
rogue
field.
has that? Why would a rogue have treants?
What's that?
Why would a rogue have treants?
Well, think about it. The treants. Well, the treants isn't the big part. The part is that it clears the board. So if your opponent has better things out than you do, you just reset the board with that. It's a 4 cost as well. Destroy all minions and then summon 2/2 treants to replace them. You know, the tree creatures.
Yeah, that's a low cost. That's gonna be hard.
Druid's gonna be pretty serious. Mage is gonna get some good stuff too. Particularly duplicate. When a friendly minion dies, put 2 copies of it into your hands.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's especially good if you don't have that much. If you only have 1 copy of a card, it's kind of crucial to your strategy. You know, maybe you can't afford them, or you just haven't been lucky with the pulls. Now, duplicate helps you out with that. One of my favorites though is Rebirth. It's a shaman card. It destroys a minion and then return it to life with full health. So that's pretty cool because with this whole death rattle thing, the death rattle effect still triggers, but then you could destroy the creature and then bring it back to the field with full health. How awesome is that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there's gonna be a lot of really cool things here. But the biggest one that's kind of central to all these death rattle cards is the Baron Rivendare, which is the legendary, and he's a neutral, and his effect is your minions trigger their death rattles twice.
Whoa.
So imagine running the Harvester Golem, and when they die, they summon 2 creatures instead of 1 in their place. And it only applies to your minions, not all the minions on the board. So it's pretty broken. It's a 4 cost and it's a 1/7, so it'll be pretty relatively hard to remove that.
OP, man, get it out of the game, nerf it.
Please nerf, Riot. Please nerf. It's not even Riot, but we're gonna say Riot anyway because Riot's like the root of all evil as far as League of Legends players are concerned. But yeah, there's a lot. I'm really excited about this, guys. What do you think? Don't all jump at once.
I think it sounds cool. I mean, I haven't played Hearthstone much since I first started.
I know.
Sorry.
We gotta make up for it this weekend. You gonna be around?
Like it.
Yeah. I'll probably be playing League though. Cause I play League every weekend. I play ranked games every weekend.
You've been playing ranked?
Yeah. I actually got my friend into silver.
Oh, look at you. I have not touched.
I carried him into silver. Even though I can't carry myself into silver, I can carry other people into silver.
I haven't touched rank because no one I know really plays consistently anymore, so I'm not gonna solo queue. It's way too toxic. So if you're ever free, you know, wink wink not as much. You're so busy these days. You should play more Hearthstone.
Right?
Should at least play one game with me and one game with Stan, and we'll stream it. It'll be fun.
Okay, when are we doing this?
I don't know, some point this weekend. You know, we got the Twitters and the Skypes.
As long as it's not tonight.
No, not tonight. Not tonight. Although, I don't know, I think I might play a little Hearthstone after this.
It's like my bedtime.
Let's do it.
2 hours to go.
Aw. Well, we're wrapping it up, though. And Panda says, please, you're never on. No, because every time I go on, people are in their own games and they don't reply to me, so it's like I lose interest. I don't buy, you know, I play League of Legends very casually now. Everybody that is on, they have like their own little partners already, so it's like, what's the point? Like solo queue. The only thing I do solo on LoL now is ARAM. I have no interest in doing, you know, ranked by myself. It's just not fun to me.
Yeah, I have a duo queue partner that I'm kind of afraid not to play without him.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Once you have the person that's like, that gets you, it's good to just stick with them. You have to have a buddy system. They got that
Yeah.
one thing where it's a excuse me, it's a service that actually helps you find dual queue partners, but that's a little weird to me. I think only women could do that. I'm sorry, but it's just a dude does that. It's like you still get trolled. It's like, dude, you were not aggro enough. You didn't get enough farm. Your creep score sucks. Like, yeah, shut up. Shut your mouth. But anyway, you need to play more Hearthstone, and when Naxxramas comes out, see, you need to play more. You need to start stockpiling the gold, so you can have gold and play Naxxramas. The first episode is gonna be free, but then the subsequent ones are gonna be you have to buy into them. And I don't know if it's a one-time fee or if it's per attempt.
I bet you it's per attempt, like the arena.
Yeah, because I think it was per attempt. I don't
Hey, you
remember.
can use your credit card for the arena now.
Well, they say yeah. Well, they say is according to this, the first 4 wings will house at least 3 bosses, with the last featuring 2, for a total of 15 bosses. Players will battle them in order. Let's see. Wings will, Crystal Naxxramas will feature 5 wings made available over the course of 5 weeks. So I was right about that. The first wing will be free. So there goes. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. While the next 3 must be unlocked through spending gold or real money. The final wing will be unlocked upon completing all 4 other wings. Completing each wing will grant the player a new legendary card. Pricing for the purchase wings has yet to be decided. Blah, 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 blah. We should have an announcement. Yeah. They haven't gotten too much in the nitty-gritty. But yeah, I think from a business perspective, yeah, it makes sense. They're going to probably treat it like arena. You could probably play all the way through, and if you actually win all the way through, they pay once. But if you lose, you got to buy back in and maybe pick up where you left off. That probably would be the best way to approach it if they're going to go that route. I think it should be a one-time cost per thing. I was reading some things, apparently some leaked information. It hasn't been confirmed completely. But I'm thinking, according to this information, from what makes sense, it's probably going to be like, probably around an 800 to 1,000 gold buy-in.
Jeez, I don't even have 100.
Yeah, but if you think about it, you're getting a legendary card at the end of it. So, and the arena is 150 right now. So, yeah. And that's what I'm kind of leaning
How much
towards.
is real money?
What's that?
How much is arena in real money? $1.99?
Yes. I believe so, yeah. Basically, that's pretty much what a pack costs. Well, a pack is 100 gold, right? And that comes out to 199, isn't it? So the 150, I think, comes like 250. It's a weird conversion.
Mm-hmm. I just noticed that you can pay with the credit card for the arena now, but I wasn't paying attention to the number.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't pay attention to either. I usually just do gold.
Uh-huh.
I use gold, or I get codes to redeem. So, yeah. Thank you, Blizzard. Anyway, I think we're.
Codes, man.
What's that?
We need some codes for the horseplay. So
I'm gonna try to work on that. I've been trying to cook up some stuff. So, their PR people are kind of sucky. They're kind of rough to keep up with. But I mean, then again, they're getting bombed, so I think sometimes they just look. It's like, well, do I want to talk to you or do I want to talk to IGN? It's like, well, the little guys, they have a voice too. Just saying.
Right.
So we'll see. I mean, I know some people in there, but they're freaking swamped. They're finally increasing the size of the team though, so it's not gonna be just like 2 people. It's gonna actually be a full-on operation. So. I'm very hopeful about this. I just hope that they do the pricing just right. I understand it's a legendary at the end of it, but I think it needs to be. They have to hit a sweet spot with it. Maybe make the first couple cheap. The first one's free, make it ease you into it. And then as you go further along and the prizes get better, maybe increase the price. I don't know, but they need to let people wet their palate before they start spending money. Like who wants to drop like $10 for a run? That's kind of crazy. Especially if you have to restart it and then pay back in. That'd be crazy. Imagine that. That would not be cool. It's like, oh, $100 later, I got to the end of it and beat the boss and got the legendary card. Yeah, it's like, yeah, nah, that won't be me. So we'll see. I know they'll do good. I have a lot of faith in them. From the interviews and all the stuff that they've been saying, and I think they're on the right track. Eric Dodds, Hamilton Jew, good guys. Love you. Hook us up with codes. All right, so let's start wrapping up this bad boy before I go off on more of a love fest for Chris Naxxramas. It's just exciting. There's so many cool things they're gonna introduce with that. Apparently, that there is a curse because the moment I gave this episode the Curses Naxxramas title, Obi's stuff blew up. So that curse of Naxxramas is real. Don't mess with that Naxxramas, yo.
This is the last show about it, then.
I guess so, man. Now we're gonna probably revisit it because there's so many cards we can talk about. Like, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So we'll see. Our prediction is that it's gonna come out June 3rd. So that's next Tuesday for us. But for people tuning in after the fact, it may already be out. So we'll see. June 3rd, 2014, the Crystal Naxxramas. I think that'd be awesome. Think about it. Mondays is when they, Monday, Tuesday is when they usually patch. So I don't know. I have a good feeling that's what's gonna happen. Speaking of which, I gotta do the video game Outsider, the VGO tournament, and submit my matchup results before the 4th. So a lot of stuff going on next week for Hearthstone. We shall see what happens. So anyway, guys, you have any closing thoughts? Anything else before we start wrapping this up?
Are we playing Hearthstone tonight?
I think so. I'm gonna go stretch out my legs, and then I'm gonna hop on and get the stream ready and everything.
That'll be cool. Get
the music ready. Kitty?
No, not really.
I know you're tired. We're trying to wrap it up. We appreciate having you here.
A cam. She needs a cam. She says she needs a cam so we can see the blue hair.
The blue hair is awesome. I love it. I'm such a dude.
It's more of like turquoise now because it's fading.
Turquoise is nice.
I was the kid that in kindergarten I always hugged up the turquoise paint. I don't know why. I found something about that color. It's so relaxing. I don't know. But anyway, some plugs before we wrap this bad boy up. You can leave us voicemail. Keep the conversation going. 206-415-4987, or you can email us at mail@geekyantics.net. Please keep them short so we can play them live. And I was gonna play voicemail actually, but wow, we went longer than I thought we were going to. So next time we'll play a bunch of voicemails. I know you left one too, Stan. You can get HorsePLAY live, download us, and listen to us anywhere you get podcasts, including Stitcher, iTunes, and all that good stuff. Make sure you leave us some reviews, favorite, subscribe, share. All that stuff really helps us out. It helps us reach more people, which in turn allows us to attract sponsors and get all kinds of freebies, which you could, give back to the community with. So it makes a lot of things happen, and we're by no means raking in the dough, so every little bit helps, and we appreciate all that stuff, guys. Don't forget, we're also on Geeky Antics is on youtube.com, /Geeky Antics, and twitch.tv/Geeky Antics, which is probably on right now if you're listening live. We also have the main hub, geekyantics.net. And we got our show over there, our latest show, and more shows coming, the Gaming Death podcast. So make sure you check them out during their live show at twitch.tv/Gaming Death every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, right before our live show. And Chris, Don, Caleb, and Hollow, they're awesome people. And they talk about penises a lot. So if that makes you uncomfortable, just a heads up. Keep an open mind. I mean, there is a girl there, so she balances them out. When it gets a little too crazy, she's like, okay, guys, okay. Boys, calm down. You need that. You need that sometimes. That's why we need Kitty more often. We gotta do the pod. We got all these podcasts planned. We're gonna get into a regimen. We're gonna get into a strict schedule. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Kitty's
Sorry, I'm playing Hearthstone. Okay.
She's
playing it, so I'm playing.
Awesome.
Nice. She's gonna start stockpiling that gold. You got a few days.
Distracted.
All right. That's a good reason to be distracted. Carry on. So, guys, be sure to check out our friends at Worthy Opponent. Great Hearthstone podcast, by the way. Great people. 42 Level 1, Gaming History 101, the B-Team Podcast, R9 Cast, Knuckleballer Radio, Pixelated Pints, Zombie Cast, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Cast, Fantastic Forum, Sega Nerds, Casturberus, Doctor Who Podcast, The Angry Chicken Podcast, and The Party Chat. Many of these shows are on allgames.com. They're on Geeky Antics, and pretty much anywhere where you can find geeky goodness. Let them know that Obi and Yogi sent you. And you know what? And Stan. We're introducing Stan to all this stuff, and he's really getting into it. He's like, yeah, this is pretty cool, man. I see what you guys get into this. And like, yeah. Stan's like he's officially our iced tea. And I don't know. What, are you more of an iced tea or Ice Cube? What would you say, Stan?
I think Ice Cube.
You're more of an Ice Cube guy. You're more of an NWA guy.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I can see that. Or you could be Chuck D for Public Enemy if you really want to go.
There you go.
There you go. Sticking it to the man. So coming up in future episodes, we're gonna definitely come back to the Hearthstone stuff and League of Legends. That's kind of been where we've been hovering about, and we'll talk about any issues that you guys have in your mind. So you tell us what would you like for us to talk about. We got the voicemail, we got the website. You can leave comments. So many ways to connect with us. Make sure you do so. We love hearing from everybody and getting that feedback, especially on the site geekyantics.net, because it helps us keep on doing what we're doing and lets us know people are listening and enjoying what we're doing. So please leave those comments. The gang will really appreciate it. And if you're listening to us live on allgames.com. Make sure, kind of live. If you're listening allgames.com, make sure that you check out B-Team after about a couple hours afterwards, 9 p.m. Eastern. Awesome people, Chip Sella, Ryan, Fred Rojas, Chris, and gang. Awesome people. B-Team Podcast. We're their warm-up act, and then we're also their encore show. So you figured that one out. Stan, Kitty, you guys have anything you want to close off with before we finally finish off for reals?
I love everybody.
Aw, we love you. Seriously, we got all these podcasts planned, and we went through you and I did the brainstorming. It's gonna happen. Yeah. We gotta sit down and make it happen, or else if we keep putting it off, it's never gonna happen. Just gotta get it done. Yeah. Stan agrees. Stan, you got anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, man. You forgot about Maya Angelou.
That's supposed to be the news.
She needs some love.
She does. Great poetry about thrusting and all kinds of strange imagery.
Rising
and thrusting and
rising above the darkness
and embracing. She did have a way with words.
She did.
But I heard she was a little mean, though. I heard she used to hit people with her cane. I don't know.
I'm not going there.
Is it too soon? Too soon?
I'm not going there.
Let me stop. No, I love her poetry. We are very diverse here at HorsePLAY and in Geeky Antics and at All Games. I mean, come on. I'm a crazy Latino, and Stan's got like 20 different races in him. I don't think he knows what he is. I'm a mutt. He's a mutt, and Kitty's a mutt.
I am.
She was born with blue hair. It's a weird genetic kind of condition. But anyway, guys, we really want to put
hair. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you know, some. I'm not gonna go there. I'm about to make a very tasteless joke. Let's go. Let's close this off. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Music coming on. This is where we meet my mic. Love you guys. Peace.
Peace.
Okay, I lied. Not just yet. Okay, now for real. Ha ha ha. And we're out. Good outro? Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stan, did you get all of that?
You survived. You want me to stop recording?
You can keep recording for a little bit. But yeah.
All right. You got to do the extended magic.
The extended cut. Now, yeah, that was good. Actually, I didn't think we're going that long. I thought we were really light on the material, and we still found ways to go off on tangents.
It was because of me.
You saved us. What are you talking about?
I'm sure I did. Yep.
See, Kitty, this is why we have to do it more often. I'm waiting, like, to get you and, like, you know, Stan and maybe a fourth person for, like, the premiere episode of Bit by Bit Gaming. Like, I don't want to end up doing it by myself because I think it'd be corny.
I think that's a good idea. Let's do that.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. I mean, we have, like, one night we just came up with, like, 3 pages worth of topics for different episodes.
Yeah, we did. It was crazy.
Yeah. But we got plenty of material. The only thing I gotta do is come up with some logos and stuff, and boom. Oh, I'm still streaming.
You're producing a lot of podcasts here. You're going mad.
Yeah, man. And we got people joining, and see, right now I'm still streaming, so everybody's getting the behind the scenes look. Oh
Exactly.
yeah. Oh yeah. But anyway, let me cut off the stream here. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Damn, Panda's typing like crazy over there. So yeah, we're probably gonna do some Hearthstone in a little bit, guys. That's gonna be the post-show wrap-up. But I'm gonna stretch out my legs. My old man knees can't handle this sitting down that long. All right, closing down the stream here.